When the night falls and the streets go quiet, this table starts talking. This isn't your average conversation. This is the Black Table, where real men don't whisper. We rant sometimes. And we have bold minds clash, egos collide, and no topic is off limits. Tonight, we're sipping street wisdom, straight with no chasers. So buckle up, because this is where the boys become men. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your drinks, lock your jaw, and pray your babe isn't listening, because tonight we're diving into some conversations your HR might fire you for. This is the Black Table, and I'm your host, Olamide, first of his name, king of the late night television shows, and your official conductor. And joining us on the Black Table, as you know, I do not do this alone, as I have potpourri of extinguished gentlemen that come on the show to dive into interesting topics and conversations. But tonight, we'll be starting from the bar. This man's tongue is sharper than your ex's last text. He's here to poke, provoke, and maybe, just maybe, save your soul. He is the undisputed mayor of Agungi and the most faithful man in Lagos. Give it up for the man who speaks fluent sarcasm, Tien Gang.
Oh, me? This is a new intro for moi.
I love that intro, bro. It's so beautiful.
Threw me off a little bit, but thank you.
All right. Okay. It's lovely to see you.
Great to be here every Friday night. You know, I've given up my weekends for the Black Table, so it's all good.
For a good reason. All right. You know him, is styled, wired, and always fired up. This guy can gossip you into submission and still educate you in the same breath. Media's golden voice and low-key Gen Z's worst nightmare. Quincy Jonez.
Bro, who's putting this together? I'm loving it. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And of course, making his second appearance is the boardroom brutes with a barbershop level banter. A media don who sold dreams, built brands, and still finds time to drag the youths on weekends. Give it up for the original content commander, Bada Akintunde Johnson.
Feels good to be here.
Yeah.
I'm getting used to it.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like it's my second time.
All right, it's been a minute though.
Yes, welcome back.
Good to be back.
Welcome back.
So tonight we see a romantic PDA, through a kiss cam moment turn into public divorce announcements, and we'll be diving into that. And of course, the main conversation we'll be having tonight is education now becoming a scam. Of course, you guys would have seen what happened on social media, TikTok to be precise, where we saw social media sensation Peller, do interviews for graduates,
degree holders.
and degree holders and all of that. And we will be talking about, that and much more on tonight's edition of the show. Is the ultimate men's guide, the Black Table, and tonight, picture this. You are at a Coldplay concert, minding your billionaire business. You've got your babe beside you, just vibes and soft life. Then boom, kiss cam catches you, locking lips, and crowd goes wow. But plot twist here, that woman isn't your wife. She's, the head of your HR department at your own company. And the lead singer of Coldplay, yes, Chris Martin himself, calls you out on stage saying they're having an affair. Now, this is the story of Andy Byron and Christine Cabot. Now, his actual wife, of course, that's the CEO of Astronomer. I think that's the name of the company.
Yep.
And, it just went kaboom on social media. And his wife has taken out his last name from a son name. I think we have the video. For those who probably didn't see it, those are pictures from the event. And I think we have the video. If you can quickly take a look at the video and then, show our viewers what happened exactly. If not, we'll move on, because that video is everywhere online. When I saw the video for the very first time, I actually didn't read the caption. I knew there was something wrong because, 1 minute they're holding, one another and they were looking really happy and cozy. And the next, man, I've never seen that type of move before. But I'm sure Quincy has quite a lot to share when it comes to that.
I would need like 2 hours. Okay. So, number one, different people have different views about the situation. Mine is pretty simple. other than the fact that the man is very, very grossly irresponsible,
Irresponsible, okay.
how are you cozying up with your side piece in a public place like that? Bro, abject irresponsibility. It's crazy work. Every time, I'm not in support of having a side piece. But the concept of having a side piece is
put
keep
them
it
on
on
the
the side. You had yours
Simple.
in front.
Bro code, right?
Holding the girl, cuddling up like it's your wife. And then I saw a video earlier today of how the woman should have reacted. She should have just fainted like he was trying to help her. Like, and he caught her.
Yeah.
Like, oh, don't faint. Yeah. That kind of, but that was
there's been several reenactments of that moment online and it's
premium
crazy on social media everywhere.
embarrassment.
Yeah.
But then the other side that I would like to talk about is the human resource department and the CEOs in general, and in the corporate world is gangster.
It's a thing, yeah?
I didn't say that it's everywhere, but we need to check that.
Okay.
Yeah. The reporting line. There's a reason why.
There's a
it's
reason
direct.
why, yeah.
There's a direct line.
Reporting line, and that. But
Okay.
this was just a crazy story.
Okay.
Don't cheat, or you get caught like this. And then shout outs to Coldplay, Chris Martin in particular. Now they're selling more records. It happened at their concert.
Yeah.
It's now a place where you take your side pieces too. You know what I mean?
All right, Bada, what's your thoughts on that?
The highlight for me was in the aftermath, I saw a comment on social media which read, Coldplay doesn't drop a single in a long while, and tonight they dropped 2.
I love that. That was nice.
Yeah, both of them are going to be single.
Of course.
Very soon.
Absolutely.
The embarrassment that they brought upon themselves, their families. There's no legislating or trying to justify having an affair. It's bad enough that's happening. But to be that comfortable in a public domain, in a public space. Now, forget the kiss cam, whatever it's called. It could have been just anybody in the crowd. You are the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company. Billion.
Yeah.
I take that back. Excuse me. It could have been anybody. It could have been, your wife's family. It could have been a colleague from a distance, especially in this age of, Zoom. Anybody could have picked them out, So I don't think that's a behavior of people who were not maybe a little bit tipsy or under the influence of, that got them so carried away as to not be cognizant anymore of, the context of where they were. Their lives will never ever remain the same, clearly.
May I drop one more thing
Yes,
before
please.
Gang speaks? I like what ifs. I always drop what ifs.
Yeah.
What if this was planned?
No.
He's a billionaire. He could pay for it. It's pretty simple. I live in the world of, you can frame, these things.
Conspiracy
What
theories.
if?
The shock-
Other than the fact that he would now make his wife a billionaire because there's no court they're going to where this is, the judge will be like, oh, I saw your video. It's okay.
It's straightforward. Case.
Half your wealth.
Half the fortune.
Yeah,
The shock, the horror on the faces, that didn't look planned.
reaction
The
from
reaction.
them.
He didn't look planned.
So let me jump in as usual.
And be careful where
The
you
way
land.
they reacted when the camera came on them, they never expected it. That's one thing
course,
about the kiss
of
cam.
course.
You never know where it's going to go to.
Exactly.
If they didn't react that way, the story would have been a different case entirely. But this is my own scenario. And I'll put it to Olamide, and I'll put it to
Me?
Quincy Jonez.
Okay.
And maybe Bada too, because I don't know him that well, but maybe I'll put it to him as well. If you guys were at an office party with your colleagues, and some of the colleagues you're pretty close to, opposite genders and whatnot, and people were to take footage of you there and how you act with the opposite gender, wouldn't this be a similar case?
Okay, no.
What am I doing what am I doing there?
What do I have? Why do I have my arms wrapped?
Am I doing that? Am I doing the
that
same
was a
thing?
very
colleague.
intimate.
Super compromising.
Yeah, very
Yes.
compromising.
Yes.
But guess what?
It was,
Let's
but-
teach them. Next time when you
Listen.
see yourself like that, just hold the lady, then remove your hands, spin her around, give them a show.
But see, that's what I'm trying to say.
Give
But
them a
it
show.
was a compromising situation because his hands were on her chest.
Absolutely.
Which she allowed. You get me?
There's
But-
no place his hands could have been
Yes.
that was not going to depict the same thing we just saw. Chest, belly, waist.
But this is what I'm
Same.
saying. From how you are in your office space and how close you are to some of your colleagues of
Yeah.
the opposite sex. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You might not be caught with hands there, but your relationship with them and friendliness, the way it is captured,
Yeah.
it's easy for a lot of people to assume you are involved with some of your
I
colleagues.
do get what you say because in almost every organization, most people have office wife, office.
You get where I'm
husband,
coming
someone
from?
that you're
So-
extremely
so
close to.
there-
Not
there's-
in my own office, so.
See,
What offices are all of? What offices
Where
are
do
you
you guys
people
work?
working in?
No, but
Where are you
Quincy
working?
Jones.
That you
Seriously.
have
Quincy
office wives.
Quincy Jones, I don't want to cast
What
you.
happened to your wife?
Let's
at
cast
home?
him. Let's cast
Quincy
him.
Jones.
You have office wife gang?
No, Quincy Jones.
Tell the truth.
There's a place you worked at that was very.
You out there acting
Fraternal.
like you know something.
Do you understand?
Exactly. I was going to say, sharing the real life.
No, do you understand? I don't know whether you were involved. You get what I'm saying?
I could not have been.
This is what I'm trying to say. Listen, I've worked in certain places and I've had great friendships. I've never
Office wife, same.
never been involved sexually with colleagues.
But you're
the way
holding them like that
But the
on
way
their
I am
waist.
so free, with hugs and stuff like that. There's a way you see me relate with some people that I'm very close to. That if you didn't know I was married, you'd be like, "What's up with this guy and this girl?"
No,
But
there's such a. I'm
nothing going
sorry.
on.
May I disagree briefly?
Yeah.
There's such a thing as office etiquette. Right?
When a
No,
forget
it's
office
a
etiquette.
corporate. No,
Stop
what are you
that.
talking about? It's still
Quincy
a
Jones,
corporate
you don't have
environment.
closer friends in the
Excuse
office.
me, sir. It's a corporate environment.
It's not a bank.
I don't know the office you're referring to, but the last one that I know of before this current one, you were in a managerial position, right? Thereby,
managerial position.
corporate environment. Your designation was not only as a
Yes,
broadcaster.
yes.
So you were out here hugging ladies. Inappropriately. Is that what you're saying?
What's wrong with the hug?
What?
What's wrong with the hug?
Inappropriately, I
That wasn't a hug, though.
No, that wasn't a hug.
The way you
But I'm just trying to
described
say, in general, the relationship you have with your colleagues,
Yeah, I get the
in
point.
the office and
Yeah,
outside.
I get the general
if people
point.
see it, they
Yeah.
might just assume, are these people involved?
Yeah, and see, where there's some proximity
about
between a male and a female, there will be insinuations. There are insinuations. But let's be clear. Ethically, right, there should be clear lines.
Definitely.
I would never ever be in support of colleagues being in those kind of close, and I'm not saying whether they are dating or it's pointless at this
Especially publicly.
saying publicly,
Yeah.
there's got to be some, level of decorum. There's got to be some level of respect, especially for people who are married. Like,
Now that is where, sorry to cut you off, but that's where the line is drawn.
Yeah.
Once you're two married
Line.
people, it's different. But if two single people meet themselves in an office and decide to get it on, who are you to say?
Wait,
I'm
Get it
sorry.
on?
I'm sorry.
Get
No,
it
please,
on?
excuse me. I
Is
don't
that-
know
I thought I was talking about something else.
I don't know what
Get
the
it on?
HR policy is in that organization, but generally, I would think that
You
it's
just saw the
frowned
HR
upon.
policy. You just saw the HR policy.
Generally,
I feel there's
I
something
would
going
think
on
that.
under the table here between the both of you. So
No,
who's
because
gonna come out?
no,
Yeah.
he's saying it's okay to just hug your HR inappropriately.
No, what I'm trying to
saying
tell you-
it's not. Sorry.
what I'm trying to say-
Where I was landing at, gang, before you tried to cut me off, is there's no world where that is appropriate. If they were single,
If
it's
they're
still
married, it's not appropriate.
No,
If they're not
if
married-
they were single, it's still not appropriate. That's the CEO of an organization, and that is the HR, pardon me, of the organization.
No,
That
no.
is not right.
Hello?
Unless in the company or the company policies, it states that it is okay for you to have relations with. But even as the CEO, the chief executive officer of the organization, you know it's
can't
not
do
right.
that. You can't do
know
that.
it will rub off on the morale of your other staff members differently.
Quincy
the
Jones.
optics look bad. in
It's
whatever
bad
context.
enough.
Listen,
In
Quincy
whatever
Jones.
context. Yeah.
Quincy Jones.
And they were grinning from
Brother
ear to
Olamide,
ear.
Do you know the top 5 places where spouses meet?
See, we're not discounting the fact.
So I'm saying, no, it's because they're married that it's an issue. But if they were not married and a CEO
Do you know
finds
what
it-
happens most of the
Listen,
time? One
if
of
a
them
CEO
resigns.
If a CEO is attracted to his HR person, this is the policy in the corporate environment. you guys should know how you handle it, and one of you leaves the business.
Okay, so
that's what it is.
Just
you can't say I can't get involved. I see a girl I like.
The man owns the business.
I get what you're trying to say, but
I see a lady I like in the workplace.
In this situation, both of them were married.
Absolutely.
And it is very disrespectful.
Very inappropriate.
And very inappropriate. Let's call it for
Inexcusable.
yes. Let's call it for what it is.
Morally reprehensible.
If you, I'm sorry, I want to ask you guys. You're all married.
Yes.
Bruv, if you saw your wife like that,
Yeah.
what would you do? Don't lie.
I'll burn my
Your
Coldplay
wife
CDs.
is trending.
I'll burn all my Coldplay CDs. I'm a huge Coldplay fan.
So you blame
It's not
Coldplay for it.
No, we're gonna play Coldplay in the sadness.
So see, here's the thing.
When you try your best and you
That's
don't
Fix You. I love that
song. Bro,
I love
fix
Fix You.
them both.
I love Yellow. There's so many things. Here, I
Yeah.
understand where you're coming from, but there's this assumption, first and foremost, that once you see a man and a woman in a compromising scenario, obviously this is what's going on. And then the public decided to seek these people's partners and inform them that look at what we've seen. Everybody just likes drama, dilemma, and scattering people's relationships.
So first things first, let's identify that they were very irresponsible. If they were doing that, they could have done it behind closed doors.
No.
Secondly, we are
You people are encouraging closed doors and hidden affairs and relationships.
So the right thing for them to have done for both of their partners and the organization is end their marriages and make it a formal thing. Like, okay, you know what, we're together. So that makes it very selfish. At this point, we need to take a quick break. We still have quite a lot to talk about on the black table. I don't know what Gang has been doing in his own office, but
he seems to be hugging a lot of ladies.
We'll find out very soon. We'll take a quick break and we'll catch you on the other side. Okay, we should create another show which is behind the black
scenes.
Table,
Yes,
behind the scenes, whereby conversations
behind
are
the black
going
table.
on.
I like
Because
that.
after we took the break, the conversations didn't end, but then we need to move on to our main topic for tonight.
Yes, sir.
But before we do so, we're going to be joined by a lady, one of the most hardworking female content creators in Nigeria today.
Interesting.
Yes, Betty Tucker. Yes, she's always doing something. She's always in the middle of something. So she's going to be joining us for, for the rest of the evening, and we're going to be talking to her via Zoom about, the main conversation, which has to do with social media creator, Peller. I'm sure you guys saw the video, and most people had so much to say. Of course, he recently posted that particular video, and he was interviewing, graduates, master's degree holders, and he was basically trying to get a camera personnel. But I think the reason why the video really trended was that people had so much to say because of how they felt things are flipped around. Now, does education still hold water, or is it a scam right now? Because I remember when I was much younger, and then I want to play football, and they will look at you like you're a miscreant. Like, why is this one playing football? Go and read your books, do stuff that would, put your grades up and all of that. But now in today's world, things are a whole lot different. You have people who have the mindset and the creativity to go on, different platforms and create content and make good money. Now it's flipped around, and everyone is, thinking like, do I really need to go to school and get a degree when I can just do something fun and interesting? Quincy, I don't like how you're looking at me.
Nah, because I want to.
Okay.
I want to go.
And of course, before this particular video, there was a video of another social media influencer, Egungun, where he talked about how a chef and most of the people that works for him are all graduates and all of that.
I love Peller.
I know that.
I love him.
Peller is a special character.
I love him.
Of course, before we saw Peller's video, we saw Egungun and Daddy Freeze over there talking about, his employees and all of that. But now, what are your thoughts on what the world is today, and especially in this part of the world, Nigeria? We see a situation whereby content creators and other people who are in the creative industries have found ways to, empower themselves financially, and they're doing quite well for themselves. And now they're going back and they're employing people who have taken time to go to school, study, and, earn a degree.
First off, let it be made abundantly clear. There is no substitute for education.
Thank you.
I am unequivocal and unambiguous about that, right?
My guy.
It doesn't answer to your ability or inability to make money. Those are two different things.
Okay.
What money answers to is value creation.
Yeah.
You can be the most educated person in the world and be poor if you're not creating value, right? And you can be an illiterate, haven't never been through a formal educational system, and be creating value and be making money.
True.
And the conversation keeps changing from generation to generation. There was a time when, in the 80s, when the conversation was, if you can trade, buy and sell and make money, and it was the Igbos, at the time, that were prosperous from trade, from selling, buying and selling. And the conversation was, if those guys are making so much money and are building houses and buying the latest cars, why do you need to go through 4 years, 5 years, 6 years in the university only to get employed on a meager salary? Now, with the explosion of the creative economy, right? First off, let us be clear that the only people making money in the creative economy are not illiterates. There are persons who, like Peller, probably I don't know what his educational background is, but I kind of feel like the way he speaks is an act. It's a performance he puts on, because I've seen him I saw him on Robin Minds the other day, and he spoke passable English. But it's like Funke Akindele sits down and puts on the Jennifer act and starts to character, speak funny English. But the point that we're discussing here is about the real value of education in this day and age, right? If people can literally buy ring lights and turn on the cameras and make content and make money, should people still go to school? But even in the developed world, where people earn 7 figures from white-collar jobs, right? There are content creators like I Show Speed, like Kai Cenat, who are making millions of dollars as well. Does that invalidate the value, the importance of education? The answer is obviously no. So, yes, we have unemployment, which we've got to deal with, right? Which demarkets education in some way, because if people go to school after all that hard work, they can't get jobs, then they feel like it's probably pointless going to school. But let's be clear, again, I repeat, being educated and being able to make a living,
they're two different
things. Making a living is a consequence of creating value. If you think that you have a God-given right to get paid just because you went to school, right? You're mistaken.
LOL.
You are mistaken, right? Because anyone who has the capacity, who's got the skill set to deliver something that people want in exchange for money,
it's a capitalist world,
is able to put food on the table, maybe even much more than that, buy the latest cars and employ graduates. So let's not get things twisted. There is no substitute for education. Please go to school, get an education, but please also learn how to create value and make money.
All right, Quincy.
Because the two of them are not mutually exclusive.
Exactly. So, Quincy, what are your thoughts on
Gang wanted to say something.
No.
Gang is okay.
Come on, guys.
I value your opinion.
I got you. It's okay. Speak, please.
Okay, let me try and pick up from where but I agree 110% with so many of the things that he said. It's rather unfortunate that in today's society, money is seen as king. And regardless of how you make it, especially in our environment, people tend to dance to the tune of people that have financial resources. That's why you can see graduates and people with masters being able to stoop down to this level, whereby they allow somebody of Peller's capacity to talk to them in, for me, what I see as content and a show being put on. You get where I'm coming from?
Did you think that was disrespectful in any way?
No, see, you're not disrespectful because
he said stoop. He said stoop low.
No, that's why I'm asking to just get clarity on
because he can't be more than what he is and more than what he knows.
I don't know what that means.
So
what does that mean?
What I'm trying to say is that He is his kind of person in his world, and that's what he knows. He's a superstar in his own world as a streamer.
No, in your world. He's a superstar in your world as well.
No, he's not.
The world you live in,
Listen,
he's one of the biggest influencers in the country at the moment.
Hello, Quincy Jonez.
Hi.
What I mean by this, he's not somebody that I follow.
All right.
He's not somebody that I subscribe to. Do you
He's not your
understand?
cup of tea.
He's not my cup of tea.
Which
That
is
why
clear
he's not.
and very understood. But before you go any further, we have Petit Talker. I remember I mentioned that she's going to be joining us.
Yeah.
And of course, we have the phone lines open. The numbers are 0201-635-2013 and 0201-635-2014. You can call in and you can join in on this conversation. Petit Talker, if you can hear me, I'm sure you've been following what the guys have been talking about. Gang here has been giving his thoughts on the situation, and you being a content creator yourself, every time I see you, I know that you're busy, basically. What are your thoughts on, the videos that we showed earlier, the Peller situation, and do you think that, there's a level of shift in regards to how people perceive education in today's world?
Well, personally, right, education is important. You need to get educated. If I have kids tomorrow and they tell me, oh, mommy, I feel like I found my passion in entertainment and I want to drop out of school. I agree, you found your passion, but you do need to finish school. Get done with school, and then you can chase the passion, right? What we don't understand is passion is a good thing, but passion does not pay your bills, right? And we all know, we in the entertainment industry, we have to put in the work and work for free for a long time before we even start getting paid, right? So if my kid comes to me and is like, mommy, I think I found, go to school, finish school, when you're done with school. Yes, we can now revisit that passion that you have so bad. But about the Peller situation, in as much as Peller is someone that I see as, I see him as someone who has a lot to offer to the community. He's talented, but please, Peller, go to school. That's all I have to say. Get educated. So, and it's not just because people hate you. It's because they want you to have a sense of, speak properly. The world will become like a bigger playground for you when you're educated. Now you can now become the likes of the guy who interviewed Ronaldo and all that. How do you have proper communication with guys that are up there if you can't speak English? And I know we're all like, it's Nigeria, so if you want to act local, that's fine. But no, if you want to, reach more audience, if you want to grow, being educated, at least learn how to speak properly. It's a flex here in Nigeria if you don't know how to speak so well, but outside, people won't understand what you're saying if you can't communicate properly. So that's all I have to say about this situation.
Thank you very much.
I know Peller would come out and say, everyone's criticizing him, but we love his content. Yes, we love your content, but we also do want you to get educated, because at the end of the day, education is key.
Okay, just to clarify things, I don't think Peller himself is against people getting educated. His circumstances are his circumstances. The fact that he was able to find...
There's something that just came to my mind. There's what we call exceptions to the rule. You get me?
Yeah.
If you look at a whiz kid, a Two-Face, I can call so many great Nigerian talents that didn't really go that far educationally and have become great. That doesn't mean that if other people decide to drop out of school or not follow the path of education, they're going to be great as well. Going to school, like Bada said earlier on, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make it in life. You can go to school and not make it. You can drop out and still make it. You can never go to school and still make it. Sometimes I've said this so many times, we make the wrong people famous, and then when they're on that platform, we start questioning certain things.
Is Peller one of the people you made wrongly famous?
I didn't make him famous. He made himself famous with his streaming platform.
So is he part of the list of the wrongly made famous?
No, not on my list, but I have a list.
Interesting.
So
I have
to hear
a ton
from
of
you.
things to say.
Okay.
I'll start with Bada. Bada hit the nail on the head. Spoke to the topic where it's supposed to. All right, but I'm going to address something entirely different. It's imperative that you get your education, right? I have been at a spot where I was going to sacrifice my education to get into media, because I started broadcasting while I was in uni, right? University, sorry. That said, of course, shout out to my mom. You must finish. Don't play. And then there's the case of the first person that came to mind when I heard this was Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal is a doctor, right? He also plays within the space of sports and or / entertainment.
All right, all that talk. We've got a caller, Israel, is joining us. Hello, Israel. Good evening. All right, Israel, we need you to turn down the audio on your TV screen.
Like he's in Gaza.
Okay, while he's doing that, you were saying.
Okay, I'll just speak to the point. Peller has the right to employ anyone he deems fit.
Of course.
He
Regardless
is
of
a
their-
successful influencer and entrepreneur. I don't know if the research is correct, but he's supposedly worth $500 and something thousand, which is equivalent to 1 point something billion naira. I'm sorry, he can afford whoever he chooses to hire. Be you a doctor if you're applying for the role. They knew he wasn't fully educated. They applied for the role. And then all of a sudden, every graduate has a voice. He worked hard in a situation where he couldn't afford to go to university and made something out of himself. That is our immediate environment. Let's not all sit here like school is free for everyone.
Of course not.
We all know how much our parents spent to take us, send us to school. He couldn't afford that. And then he made something else out of himself, became successful. With his current situation, he requires a service and he's willing to pay for the service. And all graduates are now upset. And then someone opens her mouth to tell the public that, oh, I don't know why people are wasting data watching his kid. Who are you? What are you talking about? This boy has gone into the, sorry. This boy has gone into the pinnacle of his career as an influencer.
Quincy, we've got Tolu calling in. Hello, Tolu. Good evening.
This is the side of Quincy that I love.
Nah, man.
Okay, let's go on, Quincy.
This dude has
Look from Quincy.
This dude has attained the pinnacle of his career as an influencer. Bro, he's the hottest. The new age social media or the new age new media is TikTok. That's where everyone is. If you want to be there, if you want to be anything, that's where you have to be. He rules that world.
Can I add to something that you're saying, Quincy? That is why.
I never learned. I'm sorry.
There's something you said.
No, a lot of people need to understand reality.
You're going to love this point. The late president that just passed, our president, was once questioned about his level of education. That's the number one citizen in the country. So I'm trying to make a point here. You get me? In terms of education. There's certain places you can get to. There's certain levels you can attain without an education, and people can still question it. I think the problem people have is the way he was communicating with some of those.
And that's why I asked, under the context of what happened.
So this is
was
the
it
different
at any
side.
point in time disrespectful?
He's entitled to.
Disrespectful.
So I'll tell you
That's why I
this.
said money is king. If you have all the money in the world, anybody.
I'll tell you this. Almost everyone sitting here, if you had to toe the line in terms of start from scratch, working for people, you have been disrespected at different interviews.
Yeah,
definitely.
Don't tell a lie.
Yeah.
I've gone into an interview and the first question they asked me was, who are you? Don't tell me that. What do you mean, who am I?
You're Quincy Jonez.
Well, I wasn't at the time. But that's what reality is.
Yeah.
And then everyone's upset that, oh, he spoke to anybody. He didn't speak rudely. If you don't know,
That's why I keep asking, was he disrespectful in any way?
To be fair, I don't think he was. If you are on TikTok, you understand what the current new media is. It's not even about Peller. It is, I'm not saying that's the normal way to conduct yourself while verbally engaging someone else. But that's what new media is saying.
Okay, while you're saying that, Pepsi Talker has a few things to say and add to our conversation. Hello, Petty.
Moving on, we also need to, I want to add to what Quincy said, right?
Add to it, baby.
To understand, Peller is an influencer. What's the job of an influencer? To influence. So what message would you be passing down to those who need to learn? That you can be vulgar, you can speak whatever way you want and you will thrive? That is not how we want to,
Influence things.
make these upcoming guys be. Yeah.
That's not what I was
So I
saying.
feel, Peller, please just go back to school. No one is saying you're not good at what you do. But I feel more doors will open up if you are fluent. It is cute and it's not cute at the same time. How do you interact with foreign brands if you can't speak proper English?
No.
Doesn't make any
Okay,
sense.
This is totally understood, but I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I disagree with that.
I'm sorry. I want to. What are you people talking about? This about a week prior to this situation, right? There was a case of he had paid for a building, hundreds of millions of naira. Kilombamisona, what are you talking about? That what he should what? I support that he should go to school, get formal education.
He doesn't have
it's
to.
important, but he doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to.
You're telling me about brands. What are you talking? Have you opened his live session? Have you seen the gifts of being one of the top influencers in Africa? Don't chat to me about that. Face reality.
So
and then
recently-
someone says you're wasting data. I'm sorry. I need to talk to that person that said you're wasting data. I'm wasting data watching Peller. What do you?
No, but that's her
Okay,
opinion. That's
I
her
think
opinion.
everyone has an opinion.
That's her
When
opinion.
you put
But
out content
I'm
on
with
social
you.
media,
I'm with you, Joe.
you don't have
you've
an
opened
opinion
doors.
over
You've opened
someone
doors
else's
for people
phone
to
and
say
data.
things about
Don't move
whatever
emotion.
you're doing.
I'm sorry,
But,
don't
Bada,
move
I
emotion
need to move things on now.
Sorry.
Okay, so do you think at any point in time, outside of even this particular situation, do you think social media has influenced people wrongly? Because now we're talking about impact, and I feel that without education, yes, not everyone has the opportunity or should, go to school, but without education, there wouldn't be a TikTok today, because it takes people with great minds who have gone to study and develop, this level of technology for it to even be available today. Do you think social media at any point in time has influenced the society at large, and of course in Nigeria, wrongly?
Negatively.
Yeah.
My honest answer to that question is that social media has not influenced people more negatively than traditional media influenced people negatively back when all of us were watching traditional media.
Yeah. True.
Okay.
Fact.
Yeah.
How so?
The media has always been guilty of, whether on a moral level, depicting things that are supposedly immoral, right? Growing up, we're watching movies that had adult scenes.
Adult scenes, yes.
There were depictions of people smoking cigarettes who looked cool. Do you know how many people went down in the 70s, 80s with chronic lung diseases because of how cool the Marlboro advertising was at the time?
Yeah.
So, where at any point in time,
And my man, James Bond.
yeah, we're at any point
Changed
in
my
time
life.
sort of zoned in when actors started getting big checks across the world,
Yeah.
right? A generation of people just wanted to go to acting school, or maybe just go out on sets and go try out and audition because they felt motivated by a certain stimuli. They were responding to a certain
because they could
stimuli.
see something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like music at some point. It's like, even in America today, till today, black people see a clearer path to making money
and
in
success.
sport and in entertainment
Yeah.
than in, corporate America.
Yeah.
And it comes from people like Hakeem Olajuwon being super successful. They've seen black people, make a
Or like Shaq, like you said.
Shaquille O'Neal, people like that. So, you see, you can't legislate for the kind of influence that people pick up, right?
Yeah.
You can legislate for regulations,
Yeah.
right? And there's been a lot that even the government has
conversation going on
attempted,
about that.
right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you cannot blame a guy who, on the back of his talent, or in the case of the person that you've been trying to address, a lack of talent, has attained
Touche. I love it.
a
I love it.
certain level of success
Yeah.
doing his stuff, creating value. Now, let's be clear about something. Even with music, and I think it was Two-Face, I was saying it about 2 weeks ago, that there is no bad music, actually. Right? What you call bad music sounds great to the hearing of someone else.
Yeah, true.
It just isn't your kind of music.
Exactly.
Right? That person who says other people are wasting their data simply because she doesn't like
She doesn't
the kind of
subscribe to that.
content,
Yeah.
right? Forgets that all of us don't like the same things. Obviously, Peller is successful to the extent to which he is because
people like
what he does.
Exactly.
She just doesn't belong to that category of persons
You don't see
who
him.
like what
I
he
love
does.
you, brother.
You know what I mean?
I think we already answered the questions, but I have a final thing to throw out, and then hopefully you can respond to that. Do you think that the types of content on TikTok is dumbing down and numbing people's senses? Because this is a conversation that has happened before, whereby I'm not a TikToker, so I don't really know what happens there. But then I did join a friend's TikTok live once, and I was confused because it was an entire different world to me.
It is.
I was
It is.
confused about
It is.
everything going on, and that was my first and last time. But do you think the content?
I
Yeah,
love
because
it.
I couldn't keep up. I was like, what's going on?
There are TikTok channels teaching life skills, though. They're just in the
Exactly,
minority,
but
right?
I'm thinking
but they have
the popular
views.
ones,
Of
the
course, they
popular
have views.
ones.
So
Do you
really,
think? Yeah.
digital media is a mixture of the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's like YouTube, right?
Tailor your algorithm.
It's what
to
you're looking
suit
for
You.
that you find. People literally learn skills that change their lives.
Let me quickly add something.
on this
You
platform.
know, my mindset is going towards the modern state of education now needs to update their curriculum in certain ways to make some of these social media things fit in. There's certain things they don't teach in school.
Brilliant.
They don't educate people in terms of how to make money, financial things as well,
Okay.
and the involvement in social media.
But do you
as a whole.
think social media as it is today as a winning formula? Like, okay, I'm just going to do this, do that, and do
No,
this,
it doesn't.
and then- so it doesn't. So how do you
Social
teach
media
that
does not have a winning
formula?
formula.
Like, yes,
it doesn't.
So how do you teach that in schools?
I'm sorry. I use quite a lot of AI products,
Yeah.
like apps, right, for my day-to-day business. And bruv, I learned. No one sat to teach me. A friend a cousin did a recommendation, and I learned everything from Instagram. To be specific, there's a particular channel that gives updates on AI.
Yeah.
Then there's a different channel that gives updates on marketing.
Yeah.
Right? I'm watching some of the biggest marketing ideas ever done externally outside my immediate environment.
Yeah.
I'm inspired. I'm tailoring that. I'm adapting it to my clients. I'm doing different things. Bruv, tailor your algorithm. What you like is so beautiful. I think TikTok even put quite a number of them on their toes, right? It's so beautiful down to what you like when you double click
Yeah.
and what you comment on
Yeah.
or what you share,
Or even
right?
what you
It
search.
regenerates
Yeah.
those content. So if you go to someone's explore page and all you see is a woman's behind,
Because
and
that's
what they're
my
searching
bro,
for.
that's what you
what they-
always
Stop
search
talking
for.
about my page.
Okay. Well, guys, we need to go, but then we need to take our final.
Just the tip.
No, we're not taking just the tip because we have Petit Talker who's going to be giving us our final thoughts on what we discussed on, and then we can move on to just the tip.
Sorry.
So, Petit, you have something
Yeah,
to say.
Yeah, so personally, I feel we need to, encourage the upcoming ones who are trying to be different. But at the same time, we need to remind them of the harsh reality that awaits them. You want to go into entertainment, it takes a while for you to kick off. You need to sacrifice. You need to do loads of shows, So that's why you need to get educated. So now your certificate comes in as a backup plan if entertainment doesn't work. Everyone wants to be as big as Peller is right now, but we have no idea the work he had to put in to get to where he is right now. So in as much as we love entertainment, education is key. Get educated so that when the time comes, you'll be able to not just, understand the deals that are presented to you. You'll be able to, navigate through the whole situation and make things work for you. That's all I have to say, boys.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us, by the way, on tonight's edition of the
Thank
show.
you.
We appreciate
girl.
your feedback.
Thank you.
And of course, it's time to wrap it up. But before we wrap it up, we need to do two things. We're going to do just the tip and the toast of the week. Yes, I'm going to be giving toast of the week to Bada, of course.
They
And,
never give me.
Yeah, I don't trust you
toasted.
that much.
No, you have to educate me though.
Okay, all right. Toast of the week. We can toast to anything that has been, that stands out from your experiences or maybe the things we've talked about tonight. And that's it, basically. Just a celebration of something.
For me, education in itself is useless without knowledge. Knowledge is useless without its application to create value, right?
This guy's deep.
So education is not an end, it's a means to an end, right? So we're going to toast to a generation of people who prioritize learning and who prioritize value creation. Whether they've been through formal or informal education is immaterial. We're all just going to be champions in our own spheres of influence, competently and eminently equipped to deliver value
Oh my
to the
God.
highest levels. And that's what really matters. So,
Oh my God.
a toast to excellence.
Cheers to that.
Toast to
Toast to
learning.
excellence.
I'm done with the drink, but
A toast to your toast, bro.
All right,
Yes,
that was
sir.
really
Toast to
good.
your
That was
toast.
really good. So that was like a 2-in-1.
Yeah.
Like, it was supposed to be just a toast of the week,
It
but
was
that
a
was
toast
just
and
a tip.
tip.
Yes, thank you very much. So it's been quite an interesting edition of the Black Table. Thank you. The Quincy Jonez.
Just the
Yes.
tip?
No tip
As
for
you
you.
don't want to give me
No
toast.
tip for you.
Okay, sorry.
And of course, Bada, thank you. Appreciate it. My
was a
man,
pleasure
gang,
being here.
it's been such a pleasure to have every one of
Interesting.
you
He's
on
your
the
man?
show.
I'm not.
You're my man now.
No
I
homo.
thought I'd know homo.
Like what?
I
I
don't-
mean,
I
come
don't-
on,
I
guys.
don't-
Like let's
I
keep
don't-
it simple here. Thank you. All right. Remember, the darker the night, the brighter the stars. It's still the Black Table. We'll catch you next week. To have a good night.